What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Finally, it's been months and months and months, but we're here, the Batman. So I've been looking forward to this movie. It's funny because I actually did a podcast with my buddy about 3 years ago, and he said it to me on Facebook that it's been 3 years since we talked about this. His name's Danny Bennett. It's Goridian Untapped. He's got a lot of different things that he's doing, and we talked about this, and we were talking about how, you know, people aren't gonna be about it, maybe because of the fact that it's Robert Pattinson who's playing Batman, which we all know he was ever from Twilight, you know, but who cares about that? Because one, that was 10 to 12 years ago, and two, people are allowed to grow. Actors change their styles all the time. Every actor's done some movie that they're not necessarily proud of or people didn't really like. So for me, yes, I was a little bit skeptical about the whole Robert Pattinson decision. However, as a DC fan, a comic fan, and a Batman fan in general, I was looking forward to it. I was open to it because of the style that I saw that they were going for, which was a more grittier, darker Batman movie, which is exactly what we got. This movie did very well with the fan service because based off how the movie went, it seems like it was styled after the Year 1 and Year 2 comics, which I'm excited about because I kind of caught some of those nuances, and that's pretty cool how they just styled it similarly to those comics. Of course, you have Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, Batman, the amazing Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle, Catwoman, Jeffrey Wright plays Lieutenant James Gordon, Colin Farrell, man, the way how they did his makeup for the Penguin, I didn't even really recognize it. I forgot that it was Colin Farrell until halfway in the movie. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, Isn't Colin Farrell Penguin? Great job in the makeup department. Turturro, a great actor, plays Carmine Falcone. And one of my favorite characters and one of the best things about this movie, by far, is Paul Dano as the Riddler. First of all, the main villain of the movie, amazing character arc, and the way how they styled the Riddler in this movie is very, very dark. So for those of you people who love dark, detective, mysterious, suspenseful movies, you're gonna love this. Take out Batman out of it too. Well, can't really do that because he's the center of it. It's such a great detective style movie that, oh my god, I can't even, it was so amazing to sit there. The 3 hours didn't seem like 3 hours. I was like, oh my god, is there more? Because I want there to be more. It was such an amazing blend of the DC Comics Batman plus the detective aspect of things in this movie. We got a great detective style Batman, which is who he is. You know, that's what I've wanted to see personally on the big screen, is not just the bashing and thrashing and breaking bones. Where is he? Like, that's great, I love it. But I want to see Batman in his detective state. You know, he is the master detective. I want to see him at the crime scene, investigating things, looking at things a certain way, analyzing things, coming to terms with certain things, figuring out things, you know? Yes, it is nice to see him throw people and break bones. Hell yeah. But I love that this movie went more detective heavy than anything. It is a great movie to go see, and there are some slight things that I had an issue with, which isn't many, and the slight things I had issues with was mainly the pacing of certain things. There were times where it was a little bit too slow, but it worked for this movie because one, music is a big part of a lot of things, and the way how the score was in this movie, there weren't many times or any times at all where there wasn't some form of music playing. And I love that because that keeps you engaged. There's something else going on the screen, audio-wise or visual-wise, and you're engaged. So even the slow parts were still pretty good because the nuances of music and the whole vibe of the movie just made up for like the negative parts, if you will. So this is definitely a spoiler-free review because one, this movie just came out, and two, I don't really like doing spoilers, and three, I want you to go see this because this is a great Batman movie. I'm not gonna go as far as some people are going and saying it's way better than the Dark Knight series. No, it's obviously better than a few of the Dark Knight movies, but overall, I have to say that it's neck and neck with the first Dark Knight movie. I don't know, man. I love everything, but it's just hard to say that the Batman is better than these three movies. Christian Bale's Batman is amazing, and Robert Pattinson's Batman is amazing. So it's really hard to compare them personally for me. I will say that if Robert Pattinson, which I really hope he does, gets another chance to be the Caped Crusader, oh my gosh, the way how he would continue to play this character would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I look forward to seeing that because after this movie, there's no way you could not give Robert Pattinson another movie as Batman. Matt Reeves, the director, did a great job not only directing this but casting this, man. As I said a couple of people earlier, there's a lot more people in this movie that are great actors and actresses, and everything was on point when it came to the chemistry between people. I loved the chemistry between Batman and Jim Gordon in this movie. You get to see the earlier days of Jim Gordon and Batman. It's really cool to see how they blended together and worked together and did certain things together. Really cool to see how the GCPD acted towards Batman in the beginning. Everybody, how they acted towards Batman. But again, I love the year one, year two aspect of Batman. That's really what I've wanted to see for a while too, is like earlier years of Batman, just, you know, smashing and bashing, but also doing his detective work that he does best. Basic plot: the Riddler is causing all kinds of mayhem across Gotham, some of the likes that Jim Gordon and Batman have not seen yet and haven't dealt with. So that's why in this movie it's just so weird and hard for Batman to figure this stuff out, because it's different. But I love the way that they did this, and I love the approach. So again, great movie. Oh my goodness. An 8.9 on IMDb does not really justify. I'd say more like on the 9.2 scale, because this movie was really well done, man. Thank you guys for joining me in this review. I really appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you can get a notification anytime there's a new video. Thanks again for joining me, guys. Until the next one.